Yes? Yeah? Cool. All right. So why don't we get started? So this is gonna be like a mini masterclass a little bit. So I'm gonna teach a little bit and then get you guys to also work. Um, does everybody have the um what do you call that? The workbook? Not for this not for this activation, but does everybody have the self-identity shifting script? Some of you, yes. Who doesn't have it? Let me know in the chat. If you don't have it, maybe I'll put it in the link. Uh, put in the chat. Okay, so everybody has it? Let me know in the chat. If you have it, then I don't need to grab it. If you don't have it, then I'll try to grab it for you. Grab the link. Let me see. Self. I also need to find the link. No, okay. All right. Then give me 1 second. Let me grab the link for you. So, because I want to go through the script, actually on the calls to, so everybody we can work on it together. Let me see. Let me grab the link and then you can download it right away. Here. Okay. All right. Let me put in the chat. Oh, hold on. You know what? Let me see. Can I just upload the PDF here? Oh no. Okay. All right. Um, try to register for it and then you'll get it in the email. I try to upload the PDF, but it's not allowing me. I'm not sure why. Yeah, so while I'm talking, make sure you could just put in your info and then you'll get it in your email. So that way everybody has it. But I'll also pull it up in this on the screen so everybody has it. Okay. You guys can see my screen. Yeah, okay. So this is a 15-page workbook. Okay. So what this workbook is going to help you do is to help you get clear on the new identity. I call it 2.0, right? So for some of you, it might be 3.0, 4.0, not sure which version you're at right now, but I just call it 2.0. Simply just means that the next best version of you, okay? And then today I'm going to talk about why. Why do you even want to be the next best version of you? So why don't you guys share in the chat? I mean, you guys are on today's call, on today's activation, right? So we have how many people? I don't know how many people we have, but why are you here? Why do you want to become the next best version of you? Type in the chat, right? There must be a reason why that you took out the time, right? You could be anywhere right now on a Saturday, but you're here. So why do you want to become the next best version of you? Happiness. Interesting, Anthony. You think you have to become the next best version of you in order for you to be happy? Something to think about. No right or wrong, but I just want to know, like, what's your reason for being here today? Hmm. To remind yourself how you have changed. Hmm. But I would say, Rebecca, like, you're always changing, right? Actually, every day you're changing. So why do you guys want to change to, or I call it upgrade to the next version of you? I see Ganharf. Yeah, hello. Adele says, because it is the frequency level that will align all your desires and wishes to happen. Awesome. Adele has been studying, huh? Good, good. Which I'll go into it on the call today, right? Why? Why do you even want to be the next best version of you, right? Explore possibilities beyond what you can imagine. Okay. And you think that you have to be the next best version of you to do that? So Anthony says you've been probing for answers for decades. Okay. Ah, okay. Thank you, Ganharf. I think that's how you say your name. Present version has not given results. Okay. Very good. Level up yourself, Mandy says, to be equipped to experience more. Okay. So everybody has different answers as to why, right? Um, can I share and probably will give you some insights and some clarity? Yeah. Okay. So Alex says because we don't manifest what we want, but who we are. Okay, good. That's a very commonly used, right? Because I say that too. But what does that even mean? Okay. So let me just back up, okay? Why do you even want to become the best version? Okay, and then this actually, I want to pull up the workbook because that's where everybody should have the workbook. If you don't, that's okay. Just look at my screen, okay? So the reason why you want to get to the next version of yourself, the reason is because, like what Adele was saying, is that the next version of you, it already exists. Okay. It's not like something you have to go create. It actually, all different versions of you exist right now. Okay. The only thing you need to do is to get on the frequency of what? Of what you desire. You see, so I want you to think about, everybody to think about the next version of you is the version of you who has your goals, who has your desires, right? But there are many different levels, right? Like right now, you can say, oh, my desire this year is to earn a certain amount of money, right? And then next year, you're going to get to a different level, right? You're going to have a different goal. Do you see that? That's why it's never ending, okay? This version of you. But so why is it important then? That's why the reason why you want to get to the next version is because the next version of you is going to be the one who has your goal. Make sense? Who has your goal. So the first thing you gotta get clear on is what is your goal? Yeah. So the workbook, that's why the first step is you gotta have a stretch goal. Okay. And why is it a stretch goal? Let me just explain. A stretch goal is something that you really want, but you have no idea how to achieve. Okay. That's why it's called a stretch goal. Why do you think I am not asking you to have a goal that's what do you call it? Realistic, right? That's a smart goal, right? Why do you think, put in the chat, why do you think I'm not asking you to have a realistic goal? Why do you think I'm asking you to have a stretch goal? Put in the chat. You have to trust the universe to make it happen, as planning will compromise the result. Hmm? Is that the answer for what I'm asking, Adele? Break the terror barrier. So what is a terror barrier, Anthony? I don't think most people understand what that is. It would be difficult to believe in a goal too big for us at the moment. Okay. It would be difficult for you to believe a goal too big for you at the moment. Okay. But so why am I asking you to have a stretch goal then? Why don't I say, hey, set a realistic goal? I said it's a stretch goal that you have no idea how to achieve, right? Limiting your goal is a limitation of what you believe. Use your imagination. Okay. To get on that vibration is something you want. Okay, let me ask you guys, who here wants incremental increase, like 3% or 5%? Who here wants a quantum leap? So 10x, 20x, 100x. Put in the chat. Do you want a 5% increase, like some salary, like year after year, or do you want quantum leap, 10x, 20x? Put in the chat. Quantum. Okay, most people say quantum. So, okay, right? Most people say quantum. No one wants an incremental gain, 5%, 10%, right? Like, why? So, if you were to set a realistic goal, do you think that's a quantum leap? No. Okay, thank you. So, do you see why? Do you see why now? If you're gonna make a jump, why not go for the quantum, right? Why go for incremental? Right? But that's why it's in order for you to have a quantum leap, it all starts with your goal. Okay, I cannot emphasize how important it is to have a stretch goal. Okay, so Gandharf says quantum leap sounds impossible. Well, at the moment, for you right now, maybe it sounds impossible at the moment. Okay, but there's a process where you go through where you will become that it will be possible for you. You got to go through a process. But at the moment, yes. And it's designed that way. Okay. So for now, I just want everybody to work on your stretch goal. Okay. For now, just at least work on one category of your life. Okay. Because we're not going to have time for you to write out all category. So just at least one. Okay. So let me just put it on my whiteboard. At least one category. Okay. Actually, let's just focus on financial. Is that okay? We just focus on financial. We're not gonna talk about health, relationship, otherwise we're gonna be here the whole day and night. Okay, let's just focus on financial. Beautiful. You don't have to put in the chat if you don't want to, but please set a financial goal that's a quantum leap. And yes, that for you right now, it seems impossible. Yes, that's the whole point. Okay. Resilience play a part. Well, resilience is definitely a characteristic that you need to have, right? If you're not resilient and when you come face to face with fear or challenges and then you retrieve, then right. So resilience is definitely a part of your characteristic, and you can put that in your self concept. Okay. So for now, if everybody has a stretch goal for your financial, put a 1 in the chat. All right, everybody's ready. Okay. So I want to back up a little bit, okay? And this you don't have to share in the chat. I want you to write out your current income. You don't have to put in the chat, but just for you to see. Okay? And when you're done, put a 2 in the chat. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, perfect. Okay. Do you guys see that there's a gap between 1 and 2? Is there a gap? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. Yes or no? Is there a gap? Yes or no? Okay. Okay. Okay, good. So there is a gap. Okay. Exactly. Right? That's the whole point. Like, okay, exactly. Okay. So I want to quickly show you, okay? So everything is on a frequency. Yeah? Everything is on a frequency. Okay? This is just lines of frequency. Okay? So let's just say that your current situation is here. Do you guys see this? A? Yes? Okay. And then this is where you want to go. B. Okay? So this is your stretch goal. Okay. Do you see that it's on a different frequency? Obviously. Obviously, right? So what is the first step that you got to do from going from A to B? Put it in the chat. What do you think? If you don't know, that's okay, but I want you to think. What do you think is the first step from going from A to B? Okay. Changing your frequency. How, Adele? Like, we all know, right? Okay, you gotta get on that frequency. How? First step. And I've talked about this many, many times, but maybe a lot of you haven't picked this up yet. Living the new, not just yet. The first step. Okay, we are done with goal setting. Mm-mm. Okay, give yourself permission. Part of it, yes. Visualize you're already there. Not just yet. Everybody is like, everybody wants to get on the frequency. The first step, guys, this is crucial. I cannot emphasize so many times. Come on. Yeah. Oh, yes, Adele, finally. Decision. Decision, decision, decision. If you have never seen me teach or anything like that, maybe you don't know, but I always, always talk about decision. The power of decision, man. When you make a decision, guys, this is literally what happens, okay? I'll show you. When you make a decision that, okay, this is where I want to go, right? Which is your stretch goal. Everybody just wrote it down. Once you make a decision, okay, and it's a committed decision, it's not, what's a committed decision? What's committed decision? Is it like wishy-washy? Is it hoping or wishing, praying? What's committed decision? Right. What's a commitment? Responsible for action more than a wish. Oh, way more than a wish. Firm. You choose quickly and never change your mind. Okay, that's how you make decision. Okay, but what's a commitment? I mean, for some of you on the call, maybe you are in a committed relationship or maybe you're married, right? You should know more about commitment. What's committed? Okay, never looking back. Yes. You will make it happen regardless, right? You'll make it work regardless. It's not because it's easy, right? Or convenient. No, you'll make it regardless. Yes. Okay. So I want you to ask yourself the goal that you put down, right? The stretch goal. Okay. Do you have that sense of committed, like, decision towards that? Like, this I must achieve. Or for now, it's just, it's nice. It'd be nice. Which one? Yes? Committed. Put committed. Okay, good. Put committed in the chat so we know you're committed. I know you're committed, Adele, because I know right now it's what, 1:30 a.m. in your time, right? See, I know you're committed. Your action shows. Yep. And universe helps you when you make a committed decision. Okay, beautiful. So remember the first thing is always making a decision, okay? And I want you to look at my screen. This is what happens when you make a decision. You flip yourself from the frequency of A frequency, which is where you're at currently. You immediately flip yourself on the frequency as your goal. Okay? That's what happens when you make a decision. But the problem is, most people, the decision fades. Like tomorrow when you wake up, you're like, oh, I don't know, Amy. Like, oh, this is hard, right? Then you go down. So you oscillate. You go up and you go down. Oh, I don't know how I can do that. How am I gonna, hit my financial goal? I can't do that, right? Who am I? Do you see this? So you go up and down, oscillate. Okay. So once you make a decision, it's a committed decision that you have to recommit every day. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And the more you spend more time on this level, okay, as the person who has your goal, which is that's what we're going to talk about, right? Your self-identity. This is who you're being. This is who I am. Then you're on the same frequency as your goal. And by the law of attraction, you'll attract your goal to you. Yes? Cool. This is why, okay, I know for some of you right now, maybe in the back of your mind, let me know in the chat, like any of you is thinking like, how am I gonna get to my goal? Anybody? Put in the chat. Let me know. Yes. Okay. How do I know? Because the mind thinks that way. Okay. And I'm going to drop a golden nugget for you right now. Okay. Like if you really truly understand this, like, oh, it would change everything for you. Okay. I'm going to put it here. Every time when your mind is stuck in the how, I want you to remember this statement. Your goal, or you can say my goal, will attract the how. Burn this in your mind. Your goal will attract the how. If you think about it, I don't know if any of you saw my video, a YouTube video I did last week on the wealth creation formula. Anybody? Some of you? Yes, no? Okay. So I know how much I can talk about. Okay. I know about it. Okay, cool. So in the video, I talk about how from Think and Grow Rich, right? Also, when the wealth creation formula says you write out how much money you want to earn, right? Even though it would be better if you had an idea, right? If you had a plan, okay? But if you don't have a plan, that's okay because your goal will attract the how. Okay, so if you anytime when that comes up, just remember this: your goal will attract the how. Your goal will attract the how. Okay, so that's why you just need to be here. All you need to do is constantly think about your goal. Okay, and then we're gonna talk about how to become the person who has your goal. That's what today is about, the activation. Okay, all right. So I just want to get clear on the goals, and then now we can move on. Okay, so I want to talk about self-concept. What is self-concept? Put in the chat. What's your understanding of self-concept? It's important to know, right? What is self-concept? Let me see. Okay. Where you see yourself and how people see you. Self-worth. Okay. Self-concept. Okay. So, okay, who you're being. Okay. So your self-concept is how you see yourself, yes, but internally. inside, inside, okay? Inside, yeah. Versus self-image, okay? Because I know sometimes, that word gets thrown around a lot. So self-image is the image that you portray to the outside. Yeah? So image is external. All right? I just want to make sure everybody understand that. Yeah? Okay. And let me ask you this question. Is internal, yes. Where is your self-concept located as far as in your mind? Is it in your conscious mind or is it in your subconscious mind? Put it in the chat. Conscious, subconscious, conscious and subconscious can be both. Okay. Both conscious and subconscious. Okay. So for the people that says on your conscious mind is how you think about yourself. Consciously think about yourself, but your self-concept is actually in your subconscious. It's been ingrained in your subconscious, and that's controlling your results. So you can write this down. Your self-concept is in your subconscious mind, and that's the one that's running the show. Conscious, yeah. And that's the reason what that's controlling what you manifest in the physical world. Give you one example. So consciously, you can say, "Oh, I'm a millionaire," for example, consciously, right? But subconsciously, right, you have a self-concept of yourself that you're unworthy. This is why it will never manifest, because 95% of your results come from what? Your subconscious mind. Did you guys know that? Yes, no, put in the chat. Did you guys know that? 95 of your percent of your results come from your sub. Okay, good. You guys knew that. Well, I just did a video on YouTube that teaches you how to reprogram your sub. Right? Hopefully you guys go watch it after this. If you know that 95% of your results come from your subconscious mind, and then the results you have right now is not what you want, then you want to reprogram your subconscious mind. Right? Yes? Yes. Absolutely. Okay. And a big part of your subconscious mind that's controlling the result is your self-concept. Do you see this? I hope you see why do we need to change your self-concept? Because it's controlling your results. Yeah. Yes, makes sense. Okay, cool. So let me clear this. So I want to help kind of give you a framework of, okay, so since this activation is called Opulent You 2.0, right? What does that mean? Can anyone tell me? What does the word opulent mean? Okay, Rebecca says you seem to be reprogramming your subconscious mind multiple times a day. Okay, how do you do it? If you want to share. Oh, Anthony, how does limiting beliefs interfere your self-concept? You're limiting your belief system is how you see yourself. So you got to change what you believe, then you can change your self-concept. like I said before, if you believe that you're unworthy of success, that's what you manifest, right? Your body language. Okay, interesting. Well, let me ask, I mean, I know I'm jumping around, but I don't want to get into how to reprogram your subconscious mind because I just did a video. I don't want to talk about that. But oh, how it's communicating to you. Got it, got it. Okay, cool. All right, put in the chat. What does the word opulent mean for you? Opulent You 2.0, what does that mean? Anybody know what the word opulent means? Prosperous, abundant in all area. Yes, thank you. Rich, abundant, plenty, rich, luxurious. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's not just about money, right? But it's more about like in all areas of your life, right? Relationships, health, time, right? Not just things. And then version of you who's a opulent is someone who is magnetic, right? Who attracts things to them. Yeah? Yes, yes. Maybe. Hey, you okay. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. So that's what we're going to get you to create a different version of you. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to show you how. Okay. And I'll let you guys work a little bit. Hold on. Make sure. I'm going to go back to the workbook. Okay. So once you have your stretch goal, this step 2 is the framework on how you can create the Opulent You 2.0. Okay, so this is the exact process that I did, and that's what I want to share with you. Okay, so sometimes you don't know like which part of you needs to change, right? So this one will help you. Okay, so I want you to think about 5 people that you admire who have the results you want, who have the results you want. So right now we're talking about financial, right? So obviously, if you talk about all areas of your life, maybe you can talk about financially, relationship, maybe they have really good relationship with their family, loved ones, right? Or they are living their purpose. Sure. Okay. But just for the sake of time, if you can just think about 5 people, right, who has the financial goal that you have. Can you guys all think about someone? You don't have to know them personally. They can be celebrity, they can be someone in the past, like, right? Yes, they can be public figures, mentors, friends, family, could be but they have to have the results you have, the results that you want. Yeah? Give you some time to think about it. Only in the financial aspect, okay? Maybe someone in your industry, doesn't have to be, but I mean, that's always someone to look up to, right? So for me, I've shared this before. Uh, okay, Jerome, yeah, that's fine. They're super wealthy. Okay, that's totally fine. Yep. Okay, so write them down first. Write down the names. Just write the names down first, and then I'll guide you to what's next. Yeah, could be male, female, doesn't matter. When you are done, just the name, okay, for now. For when you're done, put 5 in the chat so I know. If you don't have 5, it's okay. Maybe at least 1, okay? How about that? Wow, you guys are done. Okay, beautiful. All right. So a lot of fives. Hey, if you don't have five, it's okay. One. Okay, good. Okay. Good, 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 good. Okay. Yeah. Okay, now we can move forward. Okay. So now I want you to think about them, right? These people. Okay. And then you follow the next question is what characteristics that they possess. Okay. So I want you to, if you know, like just think about them, right? So bring them to your mind's eye and then answer these questions. How do they dress? So just write it out, right? You should know how they dress. What are their values? You may or may not know. If you don't really know them, then you can do some research, right? Especially what are their values around money, right? How do they think about money? Hmm. Do they think that money is easy to earn? Do they have a rich mindset, right? Do they have a poor mindset? So how do they think about money? Okay. I'm just going through it. You can write, okay, wherever you're at. How do they make decisions? Ah, you've heard me. I mean, if you follow like my videos and things like that, I always talk about how successful people make decisions fast, right? So how do they make decisions? Yeah, very interesting. Successful people always make decisions very fast. They don't dwell in it. They just like, okay, this is what I want, let's go, right? Mm. Who do they associate themselves with? Who do they hang out with? Do they hang out with, I don't know, Joe Blow on the street and talk about nonsense? Or do they surround themselves with, I don't know, like-minded people? Do they talk about gossip or do they talk about visions? Yeah, so what are some of their money beliefs? Money is easy to earn, especially when it comes to having debts. Okay. How do they think about debts? If you know, there's good debt and bad debt, right? Do they think debts are leverage or is something that they don't want to get into? Did you guys know that Warren Buffett, he's like pretty wealthy, right? Every day he's raising funds, capital, leveraging people's money. And he has a lot of money already. But why? Right? They think differently. Happy to be a counter. This one is good. How do they think about themselves? Hmm. How do they think about challenges? failures. Anyone want to share in the chat? Maybe we can help each other brainstorm. I mean, I'm pretty sure that these people all have some commonalities. Yeah. Feel free if you want to share in the chat. We can mastermind, right? Absolutely. They're risk takers. Yes. Absolutely. They trust themselves, Anthony. They trust themselves. That's very important. Yep. Wow, they're comfortable with failures. Look at that. They have a deep belief that it's just another way of learn how to get there. Yes. Yes. Successful people, they all say, right? The sooner you fail forward, the sooner you learn. And failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success, right? Ah, I don't know if they love challenges, Adele. I don't think deep down inside, I don't think they love challenges, but they're like, okay, but their attitude toward challenges are they see challenges as an okay, something I need to overcome. I don't know if they love challenges. It's a way to learn from their mistakes. Yes, never give up. Yes, the body's internal cues their challenges as trust their in yeah, so intuition, right? They listen to their intuition and they follow it. They trust themselves. Yeah. Embrace failures, follow process approach and believe in themselves, declare goals, intuition. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Ah, beautiful. You see some common characteristics, right? It's interesting. The people you wrote down is all different, but yet they all possess similar characteristics. Mm, good. Do you guys have some ideas now? Yeah? Yeah? They know the law, whatever they assume as true. They know the law? Really, Alex? I don't know if successful people, I don't know if they actually know the laws, to be honest. I don't think so. Maybe very few, like 1% of people actually know the laws. And the rest, they're what we call the unconscious competent. They are not aware the laws, actually. Is that they do it unconsciously, right? So that's why they don't know. It's called unconscious competent. Yes. They're always smiling and have a positive attitude. Thank you. Have a positive attitude. Yes. That's an important one. They're enthusiastic. Okay, very cool. So I would like to ask, all of you. So you kind of see like there's some common characteristics, right? I would like you to take 1 to 2 characteristics that you would like to build in to your Opulent You 2.0. 1 to 2. Okay, it could be I'm gonna embrace failures. I'm gonna start making decisions fast, or I'm gonna have a positive attitude. Absolute certainty. Oh, yes. Absolute certainty. Okay. So put it in the chat, which one of the characteristics that you wrote down from these people, right, that you want to start implementing into your new version of you? 1 to 2. Okay. Is that for you, Ganharf? Is that what you want? Embrace failure and have a positive attitude. Okay. 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 You see, so you can actually, it's called something maniac, crypto mania or something, where you can steal. It's like, oh, I like that. I like that characteristic. Oh, they're very charismatic. I like that. You know, he has a very good attitude, right? So I like that. So I want to put it into my self-image. You can do that. Okay, enthusiastic and trust, Jerome. Trust in self, I would assume. Trust in himself, in yourself. Okay. So becoming more enthusiastic, yeah, and trust yourself. That's very important. Trusting yourself. Good. Fail faster, integrate intuition into decision process. Uh-huh. Okay, very good. So I'll help you reframe that a little bit, which is to be okay with failing, right? Yeah. And then I'll help you a little bit with that as well. When it comes to decision, okay, let me show you the process. When you need to make a decision, immediately your intuition is the one that comes immediately. Okay. And then maybe 2, 3 seconds after is your fear, is your paradigm. Okay. It's your mind try to protect you. Okay. And when it overtakes your intuition, then you start to feel, oh, I don't know if this is right. Okay, so I want you to become aware. Your first thing is, oh, I want to do this, but whatever comes after but, that's the fear. Okay, so that will help you to make a decision. Is whatever comes first before thinking, because when it comes to a thinking, then it's the fear. Yeah, so that's very important. Be okay with failing and stop talking too long to decide in fear. Okay, taking too long to decide in fear. Okay, yes. So that goes back to the intuition, right? So trusting. So you can just like maybe just, put a hand, you're like just trusting, right? So your intuition will always guide you. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So everybody has something you want to build it. Now, obviously, this is a work in progress, right? We only have time to build just one part. Okay. But you see the process now. Okay. Yes, yes. Okay. So once you before you can build in though into your new self-image, you have to first let go. Let go. Okay, so for everyone on the call, if you can just take some time and say a little prayer to your old self, right? Like like not in a way where it's like, oh man, my old self is it's not good and all that, right? I remember one of my clients before, she's like, she wanted to kill her old self. I was like, don't do that. Like, be appreciative, give gratitude, right? Because your old self or your current self brought you to where you are today. So be grateful. Yeah. So that's why I said give a little like a prayer. It's kind of like, thank you. Thank you for bringing me here. Right. But but the version of you is not gonna take you to where you want to go. That's why gotta slowly let go. Okay, and I'm not saying it's easy, right? And you would think some of you might think that, oh, it's not gonna be hard to let go. Like, oh my God, I'm so ready to move on. Like it's harder than you think. It's really harder than you think. Okay, because the people around you, when you are wanting to change, right? Because everybody here, you wanted to upgrade to the next level. You need to understand what you're doing to your surrounding. You're being disruptive to your environment, to the people around you. And they're like, what's going on? Like you talk differently, you think differently, you do differently, and they don't like that. So you need to know that's what you're doing. Okay. So not everybody is gonna understand. So yeah, some of you have maybe experienced that already. Yes, yes, I always have to warn people. That's part of the process. Yeah. Buy the old, let the new self in. Yes, yes. Okay. So that's the release part and then rewire part. Yeah. Okay. Lastly, okay, so this call is gonna be only 1 hour, okay? Because otherwise I can teach all day long. So last part, what I want to leave you guys with the action step is, what is one action step that you can start making that's contradictory with your current self-image? For instance, I'm looking at Jody, which she's been doing already, right? So Jody is new to the social media world and he's putting out content, right? So he's a trader, yeah, stock trading. So he's putting out content, right? So then initially it was hard for him to do contents, right? Because he's not never a content creator, right? So and I challenge him. I say, "Hey, Jody, you should do a video about you talking, on Instagram." And he did, right? And that was uncomfortable for the old him, right, Jody? Can you share a little bit, Jody? Like, I mean, just so people know, like your identity, right? So now you are a trader as identity, but what were you before? Just so that people can see, right? Yeah. So think about something for you, okay? So I'll give you an example, okay? So myself, I can only take myself, yeah? As not as you thought, yes. So what identity, like, were you all these years, Jody? You were not like a trader, right? Or a content creator, if you want to call it, right? Yeah. So what was your identity? You see, we think it's gonna be hard in our minds, but once we do it, becomes easier and easier. Yeah. You hide in the background, right? You see? So what did he do? He had to do one action step that's contrary from his old self-image. Yeah? Okay, okay, Anthony. So make a new video. Okay. So is that contrary from your old self-image though? Think about it. So I'll give you a quick example, right? Let's just say that, oh, like, and this is true. Like the old me was very shy and reserved, right? And then I wanted to become a speaker. So like, okay, like what the hell, right? So then what is the first thing I do was speak. If I wanted to become a speaker, then I would speak. So then I started going to Toastmasters. I don't know if you guys know what Toastmaster is, but Toastmaster, yeah, is a place where you get to practice speaking. So I had to force myself to go into Toastmasters, right? So that's an example of taking an action that's in contrary to my old self-image, but it's in alignment with my new self-image, which is a speaker. You see this? Yeah. So let me know in the chat what's one action step you can take that's in alignment with who you want to become, Opulent You 2.0. One action, right? Because it's all good. We're talking about, writing out your characteristics, but you got to actually become it. Yeah. Okay. So what's one action step? And this is how you start anchoring in, right? The new identity. Okay, Anthony, you're focusing on your Reiki healing. You're trying to is your new business Reiki or no? Okay. So focus on one thing only. You're trying to do too many things at one time. Like which identity are you? Like if today I'm looking at your social media, I'm like, so what do you do? Like you do this and this and this. Like you're confusing people, right? That's another thing. I know a lot of you guys want to take on too many identities and you don't even know. I'm not saying you cannot like you can be a serial entrepreneur. No, that's no problem. But you got to have at least one successful business, right? Set up first. Then you can become serial entrepreneur. Okay. But too many people is like wanted to do this and that. And you don't even know you're focusing on your identity. Telephone voice on your Stop using your telephone voice. What does that mean, Jody? What does that mean? What is telephone voice? I don't know. Anybody has questions on what I'm asking you to do? Okay. Gosh. Are you a trader for becoming opulent? You change me, it will help you to reach your goal. Is that what can help me? What's your question? I'm not sure. I understand. You're also a trader? That's very cool. You and Jody should connect. You guys are both traders. Jody, oh, very cool. Okay. All right, Jody. I didn't know. Okay. I was like, wait, there's another trader? Oh, very cool. Okay, you guys know each other. Very cool. Okay. Yes. So what's one thing? Don't leave today without committing to that one action step. I'm telling you. Yes. So what's the one action step? Everybody's quiet now. More consistent. Jerome, like that's you are already doing that. I mean, that's not inconsistent with your current self-image. You're already doing that, no? Yeah. So it's not an action step that's inconsistent with your current self-image. Ah, okay, Rebecca. So through your podcast, so what is one thing that you're gonna be doing that's consistent with your new self-image? Because you're already doing podcasts, right? You're already doing that. So what is something that's different from your current self-image? Oh, Adele. I know. You've been taking actions. I know. Yes. And now you're slowly taking bigger risks, right? And you can see, right? You can see the results. Yeah, slowly, slowly. Good, good, good. Exciting, exciting. Change your self-image that will help you to, yes, get hard. Yes, change your self-image will help you to reach next level. Yes, right? Because we beginning of the call, we're saying that when you change your self-image, you get on a different frequency as your goal, right? That's the whole point of this workshop. Okay. So is there one actions that reaching out to success people? Okay, okay, Rebecca. Is that a different identity? Yeah. Anyone has any last questions? Oh, while you guys are thinking and putting out, some of you have been asking about replays. I mean, obviously you guys are here. I mean, if you want to watch the replay, let me show you quickly where you have it. Yeah. Um, you guys should all have access to it, but if you don't, let me know. Maybe you guys can work for it. But it's in your classroom, okay? It's gonna be under workshop, masterclass recording, okay? This is gonna be in there, okay? And I believe you need to be level 5, which it's really easy to get on. You just kind of contribute to the group, yeah? Then you'll be able to get on, okay? Everybody should be in the community, yeah? Yes, yes. Previously, you reached out to those who starting in their business. Okay. Okay. Stick. Okay, so obviously have a think through. Okay, I just started, give you guys the workbook for you guys to think about, but do have some time to actually write down your ideal, the next best version of you, okay? And start showing up. Obviously, this 1 hour is never enough, right? So who would like another part two? Let me know in the chat if you like part two. You could talk about all this like forever. So yeah, I really want to do a activation, but yeah, part two. Okay, so then the only way we'll have part two is you actually do the assignment. How about that? How about that? Meaning, if you go through the workbook, okay, then when you come, you guys at least have something, then we can actually sit and visualize together. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so be a lookout on the calendar and see, I don't know, next time, I don't, the part two time, but deal. Okay, good, good, good. I hope you learned something, but get to work, okay? And then let me know if you need help with like tweaking on what action step, just one action step you can start taking. Okay, trust me, it's gonna feel uncomfortable in the beginning, like what Jody did, right? But the more you do it, the more it becomes natural. That's how you step into the new version of you. Cool? All right, nice seeing you all. Have a good night, good morning, wherever you are, okay? All right, bye. Bye-bye. You're welcome. Bye.